know for 99.9% or even 100% of the folks sitting out here on this gorgeous day know, Jim Henry entered public service himself at the ripe old age of 26, just 4 years ago. And as a city councilman and then as mayor of Kingston. He was elected to the Tennessee House in 1980, serving the 32nd District. He served as minority leader from 1981 to 1986. After his time in the state legislature concluded, he devoted the majority of his efforts to working with the developmentally disabled, reaching out to children affected in drug abuse and other circumstances, and thus became the president and the chief executive officer for Omnivisions, a company serving adults with developmental disabilities and children and families in time of crisis, which just almost gets me choked up to think about all the lives that have been changed just in that avenue alone. But public service called again, and Jim has never one to say no. And in 2011, he joined Governor Bill Haslam's administration as the first commissioner of the Department of Intellectual and Developmental Disabilities. In 2013, he transitioned and became commissioner of the Department of Children's Services, and in 2015, he assumed the role of chief of staff, deputy governor to Governor Haslam. And I will tell you again, and most of you know from experience, that when there's a problem, when there's something you just can't quite seem to get your arms around, a lot of us sitting out here today know that one of the first people that you call to pick up the phone and say, Jim, what's your take on this? And how will you, how would you handle it? One of the first visitors I had in the office when I transitioned into my current role at this college was Jim Henry. He sat down and he said, anytime you need me, you call me. I have taken him up on that. I have never been sorry to have that opportunity to take him up on his good advice. So please welcome to the podium now dear friend and mentor, Jim Henry.
Thank you very much. I leaned over and told Ken this would be a good place for a fundraiser. And he said, I think we've already got all those people. And I said, yeah, I think you're right. But I'm honored to be here. You know, when I look around this room, so many people in this room have meant so much in my career. And, you know, I think about the speaker here that nominated me for minority leader, stood with me. And gosh, if anybody would have ever told him, we reminisced one time in the governor's office about, you know, would anybody have ever thought that you would be the speaker and I'd be the deputy governor? When we started, and I don't think we did when we were traveling, trying to get elected to office the first time, but all through those years that we struggled, there was always this college that drew a lot of our attention. And you know, no one has meant more to the college than Ken Yager. And I think it's fitting that you named this. It's a great honor to have something named after you, but I think Ken has earned it very well. I started out working with him in 1976, I think, and he was a clerk at Webb's Pharmacy. And then we were members of a young group, young Republicans, and we were officers, and we stepped on forward. I went to the city, went to the county, and it's just been amazing how at every turn that we've somehow been involved. And I will tell you this, that I have never met anyone that really the credibility and the ethics that he has displayed in government has been better than Ken Yager. Never a hint of anything, any impropriety. And you know, when people get in power, that is when you have the opportunity. So I think we can be very proud of him for a million different reasons, and one of them being the support he gave to this college. I remember when this college wasn't so popular in Nashville. And I remember when students had to go to the Appropriations Committee and get this parking lot built. As something as simple as a parking lot, that we couldn't get it built. And so the students led the way and we got it built. And then the presidents we had here were absolutely outstanding. I've known all of them, worked with all of them, and I think it's really fitting that Chris has ended up being president at this time because he takes it to another level. And I don't know whether you've been looking at the statistics of top community colleges, but every one you see has this college and it's ranked right up there in the first 1, 2, or 3. So we're very proud of him for that, and he couldn't have done any of it without the senator and what all he's meant to our county. No honor could be more fitting, no honor more deserved, and I'm just proud to be with him. I've stood with him a lot over the last 30, 35 years, and I've never been not proud of him at any moment. So Ken, thank you for all you've done.